What's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And right now, I want to give my final thoughts about the Saints wild card game yesterday against the Minnesota Vikings. It still hasn't really set in that the New Orleans Saints season is over. I mean, the way that they lost that game just leaves a really bad taste in your mouth as a Saints fan. They didn't get the job done. I mean, when you look at it, I went back and I looked at the game again, and man, they just didn't have it yesterday. We can talk about 9 calls and we can talk about offensive pass interferences and stuff like that, but honestly, you got to call a spade, man. The Saints had opportunities to win this game. The Saints had opportunities to capitalize on the defense playing pretty well in the game. The offense didn't move the ball until like late in the fourth quarter, and that's not winning football. That's not championship football. From what I seen, looking at that game once again, the only people that I seen that really wanted it, Deontay Harris, Taysom Hill, Michael Thomas, and Ryan Ramczyk. Those like the only people that I seen out there that seemed like they really wanted it. And you can add in Janoris Jenkins too, because he played really well. The New Orleans Saints got some decisions to make, Who That Nation. I know this ain't popular opinion. I keep saying that because apparently I'm public enemy number one because, I went at Drew Brees, but the Saints have a decision to make. Taysom Hill is an unrestricted free agent next season. Von Bell is unrestricted free agent next season. Teddy Bridgewater is unrestricted free agent next season. So they got a decision to make, man. They got some tough decisions. I mean, you really got to ask yourself, do the Saints really want to get rid of Taysom Hill to bring back Drew Brees? Because Who That Nation, this is the reality. A lot of teams saw what Taysom Hill did yesterday. They seen how much heart he played with. And a lot of people are arguing right now that if Taysom Hill was probably starting in this game alongside Teddy Bridgewater, the Saints would have won. You see Lamar Jackson up in Baltimore the way that he's playing. I mean, a dual threat quarterback that can hurt you with his arm and his legs. Somebody right now in somebody's organization is looking at Taysom Hill and think that they can replicate what they are doing in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. So somebody is going to offer this man to possibly be a starting quarterback in the NFL. The way that he was throwing the ball downfield has improved. The way he's been throwing the ball this season with some pop and some zip. I mean, he's really improved as a passer of the football. Teddy Bridgewater, winning 5 games in a row. He basically got himself into some elite money by going out there performing the way that he did. The statuesque, not statuesque, but the statue quarterback is a dying breed in the National Football League. I mean, don't take my word for it. Just go around the league and look at some of these aficionados talking about it. Look at some of these top quarterbacks that's tearing the league up and taking it by storm. A guy standing in the pocket, waiting, for the offensive line to block and go through his progressions and throw the ball downfield is a dying breed. For all those people talking about, oh man, the offensive line. Man, you got all of these new hybrid defensive linemen, these defensive ends that can get around these offensive linemen. And if the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long or he has the inability to go out and scramble for a couple of yards to try to sustain drives, you're probably not going to win the games where it matters most, man. Every now and then, you probably be able to win some games. You'll probably be successful in the regular season. And yeah, you'll probably have your fan base happy and ready to talk noise to other fan bases on social media. But when it comes down to it and when the game's on the line, it's the best versus the best. That's just what it is, folks. It's the best versus the best. Teams bring their best in the postseason. And what the Saints saw yesterday was the Minnesota Vikings' absolute best. And the Saints wasn't ready for it. I think that this was a team that was looking at the press clippings. I feel like they just thought that, man, we aren't even supposed to be here. We just over, just an overconfident You know, like we don't even deserve to be a 3 seed, but we're a 3 seed. We're going to go up in here and run through this 6 real quick and head up to Lambeau. You got to go out there and you got to play football. You got to go out there and you got to play to the best of your ability. And the Saints did not do that. Yes, they were overqualified 3 seed, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there and perform. And the Saints didn't do that. And now they're sitting at home with a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of upset members of the Who Dat Nation. This is going to take a while to get over. This is going to take a while to get over, folks. But I think that the Saints need to make some tough decisions, and I'm probably going to be talking about it over the next couple of days, how I feel like what they need to do as far as quarterbacks and other positions. But this right here, man, this was just embarrassing. I mean, I just saw a lot of guys out there that just thought that they was just going to run through a number 6 seed because they was overqualified 3. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about this game? What do you think about the Saints' decisions that they have to make in the offseason? Comment down below, like and share this video. This is the State of the Saints podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search State of the Saints podcast. Also on Facebook, facebook.com, search State of the Saints podcast, SOTS podcast 8 on Twitter. And also you can follow my non-sports podcast, the Unapologetic Podcast, on YouTube as well, youtube.com, search Unapologetic Podcast. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?